My sudden movement and voice clearly terrified her. She stumbled back, hitting the shrine's door, which broke, and she fell inside. I rushed over. The shrine's always lit lamp cast a faint light, showing Jayamin on the floor, her face wet with tears, pale as a ghost. I helped her up, apologizing. Jayamin, I scared you, didn't I? Seeing it was me, she burst into tears again. I said, you're grown up now, why do you cry so easily? She looked up, her voice trembling. Big brother Wei, my brother, he's going to die. That's why I'm so sad. Don't talk nonsense. I snapped. It's his big day. If fourth aunt heard you, she'd lock you away. Wiping her tears, she said seriously, it's true, Big brother Wei, it's true. I've known about my brother for a while. That day you arrived, I wanted to tell you at West Garden. You all think he's fine now, but I know he can't escape. I was shocked and amused. How do you know? What do you know? She said seriously, I know because I saw Bashu. The moment I heard the name Bashu, I quickly stood up. It proved Jayamin really knew everything. How else could she know Bashu's name? And if she knew, Bashu must have told her. A scary thought hit me. Bashu was a meow girl who didn't care much for rules. Could she show up on Jockey's wedding night to cause trouble or even kill him? The idea made my blood run cold. I shivered and said urgently, Jayamin, where did you see her? Tell me, quick. Jayamin replied, a month ago, on my way to school, I met a beautiful woman, Bashu. She told me everything. She learned Mandarin after meeting my brother and speaks it well now. She said if he marries another woman, he'll die a horrible death the next morning. I asked seriously, do you believe her? Without hesitation, she said, I do. Why? I pressed. She hesitated. I don't know exactly. Maybe it's the way she spoke. I believe every word she said is true. She told me to convince my brother, but he ignored me the moment I tried. She also said her father and brother came, but they couldn't convince him either. Big brother Wei, why didn't you try to stop him? I shook my head. Jayamin, tell me where she is. No magic can make someone die on time unless she plans to kill the person she's cursing. She stared at me, shocked. What do you mean? Isn't it obvious? I said, if your brother dies, she's the killer. Where is she? Jayamin became quiet for a moment. She's staying outside Changmin in our family's stable. I took her there. Next to it is a row of abandoned houses. I stopped her. Got it. Go back now, and don't look worried. I'll find her. She looked at me. What good will that do? At the very least, I said, I can stop her from causing trouble or worse. Jayamin sighed softly and nodded. We walked back together, separating when we reached the crowded areas. I gave her a few more warnings, then quietly went into the kitchen where the cooks were very busy. People were coming and going, and no one noticed as I passed through and left through the back door. Soon, I was on the street, calling for a carriage to the Yi family's stable outside Changmin. The driver's face turned pale when he heard where I wanted to go. I knew why he was scared. The area was empty and lonely. If you get too nervous to go on, just stop, I told him. It's fine. Relieved, he drove toward Changmin. Shortly after passing the city gate, he stopped. I got out and walked, the surroundings becoming more desolate with every step. By a time I reached the row of abandoned houses near the Yi stable, the sky seemed unusually dark. Looking ahead, I saw only a shadowy line of buildings, not a single light. The eerie atmosphere sent a chill through me. As I approached the houses, I wasn't sure which one Bashu was in. After a moment's thought, I called out, Bashu! Bashu! I shouted several times, but when my voice faded, the silence was strange. My unease grew. I coughed loudly to make myself brave and called again. Bashu, are you there? Jayamin sent me double quotes. As soon as I said it, a soft voice came from behind me. Who are you? The sudden sound startled me so much I almost jumped out of my skin. I spun around. At that moment, the clouds moved and moonlight shone through. I saw Bashu in the moonlight. I don't know how long I stood there frozen. I was truly stunned. From that moment until now, I've never seen a woman more beautiful. Her beauty was unique, She wore Jaemin's clothes, but her face was pale as white jade. Her features were like a dream, as if she belonged to another world. Looking at her, I felt I could tell her every secret, every feeling hidden in my heart. To say I felt a strong rush of affection for her the moment I saw her wouldn't be an exaggeration, and in that moment, I couldn't help but silently curse Jockey. What kind of fool was he? It was then I realized that, despite how close Jockey and I were, we were very different. He could heartlessly leave a woman like Bashu. I was certain that for her, I would give up anything if she felt for me the way she did for Jiaki. It took me a long time to find my voice, barely whispering, "You, Bashu?" I had never spoken so softly before, but some strange force seemed to keep my voice low. She spoke, her voice incredibly beautiful. "I am Bashu." I almost forgot why I had come. I had thought she might be a killer, rushing here to stop her. But she was like an angel. I said, "I'm Jockey's best friend." At the mention of his name, a strange light flashed in her eyes. I couldn't tell if it was joy or the shine of tears from a broken heart. I blurted out, "Bashu, don't be sad." I don't know why I said that. I felt clumsy. My words didn't make sense. Her tears began to fall, large and unstoppable. I was at a loss, wanting to tell her not to cry but knowing why she was. My tongue felt tied, my mouth open, but no words came. She clearly didn't want to cry in front of a stranger. She wiped her tears quickly, but they kept flowing. Then, I said something so stupid I wanted to hit myself. "Don't wipe your tears. I like seeing you cry." To my surprise, her confused look met mine, and her tears slowed. I let out a huge sigh of relief. She asked, "Why did Jaemin send you to find me?" Her Mandarin, with a Yunnan accent, was still hesitant, but I just spread my hands and gave a silly smile. Looking back, I'm lucky she hadn't seen a circus, or she would have thought I was a clown. She sighed, lowering her head. "Did Jaemin think I was lonely and send you to keep me company?" A strange man keeping a woman he had never met company was silly, but since Bashu had given me an excuse for being there, I took it, nodding eagerly. She paused, then stepped away, saying softly, "Is his bride beautiful?" I replied, "She's beautiful, but compared to you, you're." I had met beautiful women before and always found the right words to praise them, but now, my mind was empty. Common phrases like heavenly fairy or pure lily felt like garbage. No fairy or flower could compare to Bashu. Not even close. She waited, but when I couldn't finish, she said, "But he forgot me. Poor bride. I don't mean to harm her. And with a husband who is not loyal, she's better off without one." I gave an awkward smile. "What do you mean by that?" Bashu spoke slowly, her voice strangely calm. "Because tomorrow, when the sun rises, he will die. Because he left me." A chill went through me. She was so serious, and the look in her eyes unforgettable for a lifetime shook me. It made me believe she truly had some magical power to punish Jockey with death. I stood frozen for a moment. "Does he have to die?" she said softly. "Unless he leaves his bride and comes to me. But will he?" The dreamlike feeling of meeting her faded. I remembered why I was here for Jockey. Hearing her words, I asked urgently, "So you're saying you can save him, keep him from dying?" But Bashu shook her head. I was confused. "What's going on? Did you put goo on him?" "Yes," she replied. "I used a heart goo. Only he can save himself. When his heart is with me, he'll be fine. But when he betrays me, he will surely die." "That's absurd," I shouted. "You don't understand," she said softly. "No one does except us. But it's the truth." I tried to stay calm. Her words were unbelievable, completely ridiculous. Yet, as Jockey had said, her tone and manner had a strange power, making the impossible seem real. After a pause, I asked, "So, what is goo? What exactly is it? Can you tell me?" Bia, who stared at me with wide eyes. After a moment, she said, "I don't know how to explain it." I didn't think she was ignoring me or refusing to tell me. As she said, she truly didn't know how to put it into words. Maybe she couldn't explain it in Mandarin. or perhaps it was something language couldn't describe. Still, I pressed, so, when you say you put goo on him, does that mean you placed something inside Jockey's body? She frowned. You could say that, but not exactly. I just showed him something, let him smell something, and it was done. What did you show him? I asked eagerly. Can you show me? Let me see it for myself. Bashu looked up at me. I can, but if you see it or smell it, you'll be under the heart goo too. A chill went through me, and for a moment, I wanted to take back my request, but she continued, from then on, you can never betray the one you love or leave someone you've loved to marry another. If you do, you'll die. Her words calmed me. I was confident that if I loved someone, my heart would never change. I smiled. Show me. She looked at me for a moment, sighed, and said, follow me. She turned and walked away. I followed her into an old, broken house. Inside, a tiny oil lamp flickered faintly. On the floor was a blanket and a small wicker box. Beahu knelt and opened the box. In the dim light, I saw it was filled with carefully made bamboo containers of various shapes and sizes, decorated with bright patterns and colors. She picked up a round one. The box was about 2 inches tall and 5 inches wide. Its bamboo stained red with blue patterns of a man and a woman. Holding it, her expression became serious, and she mumbled something quietly. She might have been chanting a spell, but I couldn't understand it. Then she slowly handed the box to me, looking up. I was praying to the goo god to bless you with a true love someday. Don't worry, as long as you stay faithful, it's harmless. I couldn't imagine what mysterious thing in this tiny box could control someone's life or death, based on their heart's loyalty. My pulse quickened with tension. Beahu held the box in her left hand, just inches from my nose. With a smooth movement, her right hand lifted the lid. I looked inside. At first glance, I almost burst out laughing. The box was empty, but just as I was about to laugh, a strong smell hit my nose, stunning me. Then I saw the box wasn't empty after all. At the bottom was something alive, moving, something with life. I couldn't name it. Even in the 20 years since, I've asked countless experts, and none could identify it. It was a dark red mass, shaped like a human heart, pulsing as if it were beating. Its color changed from dark to bright red, as if blood might drip from it. When I saw it clearly, I was sure it was a bird's heart. But how could a bird's heart be alive, beating in that box? The unbelievable sight held me completely. My eyes were wide, not blinking. Then I saw 2 thin, soft parts slowly appear, twisting and dancing like snakes controlled by a flute. I had never seen anything so strange in my life. I was completely frozen. After about 2 minutes, Bashu closed the lid. My senses quickly returned. I gave a dry smile. What was that you just showed me? She said, a strange, musical meow phrase. I didn't understand. What does that mean? She shook her head. I don't know how to explain. I sniffed hard, but the strange smell that had filled my nose was gone. Had those 2 minutes really bound me to never betray a loved one? I still didn't quite believe it. Just then, a rooster's crow echoed in the distance. At the sound, Bashu's body began to tremble. Her face turned terribly pale. She looked at me. The roosters crowed. It's too late. I knew she meant Jockey. Does the rooster's crow have something to do with his life? She didn't answer. Instead, she burst into tears, sobbing so hard her back shook as she turned away. I tried everything to comfort her, but nothing worked. Only when the first rays of dawn shone through the broken house did she stop. Her eyes were red and swollen. In a low voice, she said, "You can go now. Your friend, he's already dead." Her words reminded me why I had come to stop her from causing trouble at the Yi mansion. Though meeting her had changed my opinion of her, I had achieved my goal of watching her. I had been with her the whole time. She couldn't have gone to the mansion to make trouble. Her claim that Jockey was dead might be a sign of her own confused mind. I still didn't believe her. I nodded. All right, I'm leaving, but I'll come back to check on you. You'd better not leave. Beahu sighed softly, saying nothing. I stood there, watching her for a moment, then turned and walked out. On the main road, I called for a carriage back to the Yi mansion. As the morning breeze touched my face in the dawn light, I felt like the problem was solved. Bashu was clearly the one who had been wronged, the idea that she had some magical power to kill those who hurt her. I still didn't believe it. It was too hard to believe.